can swear I just heard something.
Right, this is disturbing because this was definitely the way.
Happy Halloween, guys, and welcome to this special episode of Edge of the Unknown. Today's episode was filmed on the Isle of Grain, where sits an abandoned fort with underground tunnels. When you're down in the dark on your own, your senses play havoc. But I did pick up some things on camera, so we're going to check that out. Feel free to put your comments in the chat or ask any questions. Without further ado, let's check it out.
It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. He went to bed, couldn't get up in the morning. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring.
Welcome to Edge of the Unknown, where this episode's coming to you from the 18th century abandoned fort tunnels. Let's just hope I can find my way out again. Grain Fort is a former artillery fort that's located east of the village of Grain in the county of Kent. It was constructed in 1861 to protect the River Medway and Thames during a time of tension with France. The fort was built on the foundations of an existing 18th century fort that was destroyed by warships and was in use up until 1956, eventually demolished in 1968. All that remains is the tower and a network of underground tunnels, some of which we're going to explore today. Many military personnel would have died in that area, especially in the time of hostility and tensions. So let's see if any of them haunt the deep dark tunnels of Grain Fort. That is the tiny entrance. Very muddy. You have to slide in on your back.
So these tunnels seem to be quite deep.
At this point I'd climbed down into the tunnels, which was no easy task. As I grabbed my bag, I heard what sounded like a rock or a brick falling. I caught this on camera and I didn't think much of it because it's an old abandoned tunnel. I guessed things like that would happen all the time anyway. I started to cautiously make my way through the tunnels. It was extremely dark. The only light I had was the LED on the top of my beanie and the night vision camera. I reached a junction, left or right, so I figured I'm probably going to have to explore both anyway. But I was getting a little bit concerned that if there were too many of those, I wouldn't find my way out. And I didn't have a loaf of bread, so I couldn't even drop breadcrumbs.
Looks like we've come to another junction. Or perhaps a blocked off end.
As I reached a dead end, I decided it would be a good place to set up the equipment and start filming the intro. I'd noticed on the night vision camera objects moving. I don't know if they were insects or if they were orbs, but the way that they're moving is very slow and they seem to be falling down, going up. Some seem brighter than others.
A lot of orbs. That's good. Let's ask some questions.
As I sat down, the activity of these orbs seemed to increase. I've slowed this down to 50% so that you can see for yourself. As you can see, the orbs weren't picked up on the standard camera, only on night vision. I started the intro and then I heard something. It came from behind the camera and it was pitch black, so you couldn't see anything behind where the lighting was set up. But it was enough to make me think twice about filming in that place, yet curious enough to start investigating it. I decided to set up the EMF reader and the EVP voice recorder to see if I could pick anything up, but I wasn't getting anything on either. I was at least expecting to get something on the EMF reader. Very strange.
Grain Fort was built during the 1860s. It was originally built to protect the River Medway and carried on being used throughout World War I and World War II. What was that?
I could swear I just heard something.
Maybe there's an animal or a rat or something down here.
When I started to ask questions using the equipment, I heard something that sounded like a footstep. Again, this was picked up on camera.
If anyone else is in here, please interact with these devices. Please speak into the recorder. Please speak into the recorder. Nothing but darkness.
Okay. Going back through these dark, damp tunnels.
I decided that I would pack up the gear and go and find somewhere else to film. I made my way back through the tunnels in the opposite direction, deciding to explore the other end. When I finally reached it, I came across a couple of rooms, opposite ends to each other. These looked interesting, so I decided that this was probably a better place to record the intro.
Very, very muddy. Almost like clay. Let's see what's down here. Oh, this is interesting. And cutouts in the brick walls. It almost looks like it's sparkling up there. These are newer bricks. Well, certainly newer than the ones used to build the place. So I'm guessing this was deliberately blocked off in more recent times, or at least decades. And someone's left a message on there saying, go up. Yeah, I don't think so. If it was a Holocaust, this would be the place to go. Though you would die of starvation and lack of water.
I didn't know until I got home that the sound started to bug out. The camera was picking something strange up on the left-hand corner, which I've highlighted in the video. I'd set a couple of cameras up, just recording on tripods, while I went and set the lighting up. The lighting that you can see in the little room is not from outside. It was pitch black.
So, here I go again. By the way, after packing up, I did climb up here and have a look. There isn't anything there, it's just very damp. Lots of metal in there. I did hear something from this direction though. It's like a shot.
As I made my way back through the tunnels to find the entrance, I spotted familiar objects from when I came in, such as the large drum. Then something happened with my phone. It appeared to make a call on its own. It was in my pocket. I used my face to unlock it, so it wasn't unlocked. But it attempted to make a call, and because it was dark, because it was very cold and damp, I did start to get a bit concerned.
What the hell was that? Phone, and it's an iPhone. Just made a call on its own. That's what that bleeping noise was. A failed call because I don't have any reception. But you have to unlock an iPhone, and I didn't because it was in my pocket. This is disturbing because this was definitely the way.
I started to make my way back, and I don't know if I became disorientated with the dark, but I came to a dead end again. I thought it was the way out.
So the night vision camera just failed me. I could see light though at the end of the tunnel. So this was definitely the way out. Thought we were about to experience some grave encounter shit for a minute. And I have to navigate all of this to get up there and out of that hole. This is going to be fun. You probably can't see it on camera. I'll try and show it to you. All of that, all the way up there. Wish me luck.
Eventually, I found my way out. I had to clamber up 7 to 8 feet worth of concrete to get out of the tunnels. But I managed to do it, and it really was an experience. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like me to make more episodes of Edge of the Unknown, I'd be happy to do it. There are lots of haunted places out there left to explore. But for now, I'm going to wish you a very happy Halloween, and I will see you soon.